Hi friends, this is Satyendra this side. I welcome you in Daily Dose series of Tableau visualization. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how to manage multiple sheets while creating dashboard in containers and to give an option via parameters so that end users or business users can select a single sheet out of multiple sheets in the given visualization. Now, before I go there, would request you to subscribe our channel if you have not done yet and click on this bell icon so that you can keep getting the notifications about our exciting videos. Now, having said that, the agenda what we have planned for, I have just opened Tableau Desktop. I'm connected to 2020.1 version of Tableau Desktop. And over here, I have already connected to Sample Superstore data provided by Tableau. Now, in terms of the given task, I will create a visualization wherein I will add maybe, let's say, sales as a measure on my rows. Then I will add, let's say, product categories or segment. So I will drag segments over here. And on top of that, in column cells, I will drop some date so that I can see the trend. So I've just dropped year format of order date. I'll convert that into month and date format so that you can see a trend. Now, at the place of showing three different panes here, I would prefer to show segment by color so that I will see all trend lines in one view, right? We just did that. Now, I'll be kind of, doing a little more formatting over here. For that, first of all, I'll just right click, go to format. We'll put the grid lines and, the border for our visualization. That's actually my favorite. So I'm about to finish it for this particular page. Cool. I will go to trend lines and over here I'll put it again so that it sorry, not the grid lines, none. But here's the zero lines that we need to show and the axis ruler that we need to show. So as soon as we do that, we are able to see mostly all the lines in our chart. Now, apart from this, maybe I would like to hide the labels. I think this is fine, but yes, the title we may hide, right? Now, going back to the title of this sheet, I would prefer a shading of this color, and then I'll apply some format borders. For format, I select and change it to 12, middle center alignment, and bold characters. That's my favorite. Now over here, I'll mention sales trend by year, right? Or sales trend, or simply I can name it as segment sales trend. Fine. This is the name which I have given to this particular sheet. I would like to create another visualization which I can swipe between this and that. Now, before going there, there is one more thing which we can implement here. You can see these trends are related to sales figure. I would like to maybe put profit flavor also here, or maybe, yeah, let's drag sales only right now so that we do not get confused. I'll put it like this. Now see the view. We have put sum of sales on size, and now look at the trend and the size or width of our trend lines. That looks very good, pretty good. Now I'll just make a copy of this sheet so that I can duplicate it, and we'll convert this into cross tab like this. So over here, you will see the similar trend wherein we are showing details of sales by segment. However, different years are there. If you wish, you can change the view maybe like this. Yep, that'll work. So yes, I'll keep it like this, whereas I'll just change the name. At the place of trend, I will call it as cross table, sales cross table, right? So my two visualizations are ready. I still have a chance. I can maybe show it like this, right? Let me put a little more information here so that it can occupy a little bit more area. Now we already have segment. I would like to put product category. I think that is going to show a better visualization. For that, I'll just drag category over here. And maybe if it is required, we can drag subcategory also, right? So under a segment, I have category and then subcategory. So this is a good view wherein you can see the complete summary in a cross table, right? I think I'm good with my both the visualizations. One is related to trend lines, whereas the second visualization talks about the cross table related to my segments, category and subcategory, and definitely the sales for those in different months and years, right? Now, as I mentioned earlier, that I need to work on a dashboard wherein I can give user a flexibility so that they can select a sheet between group of sheets using parameter, and I need to manage these sheets well so that I can accommodate those into a container, right? Now, having said that, I'll go ahead and follow the basic sanity or basic design format for layout or for this dashboard. We'll go ahead and click on show dashboard title, number one. Then I'll go ahead and add border to my dashboard. For title, again, I'll go ahead and format title. Maybe I'll add border to it like this. We'll change the font. We'll leave it at 18, middle central alignment, bold. And of course, I'll change the name. I will say sales summary. Fine. We can change the color if it is required, but for now, I'll just keep it like this. And now I'll go back to my sheets which I created, and over here, because we need to give user a flexibility so that they can choose among two sheets, I will introduce one parameter here. Now you might search Google, you will find it the similar kind of implementation named as sheet selector, or I will say mention the name of this parameter as select sheet. Because it is going to have the name of sheet, I will give string type. And under this, I can mention two names for my sheets. So for them, I will say mention as trend, or it's a cross table. Whereas be sure that whatever you are mentioning as a value, be sure with the spelling what you write and the case you write, because this is what you're going to mention in the calculated field, because no parameter works without a calculated field. So my parameter is ready, but I need to use a calculated field so that I can bind this parameter with my visualization, right? Now I'll go ahead and select calculated field. And over here, I will say sheet filter, and I'll mention if my parameter, which is select sheet, has a value of, let's say, trend, then show one, else 0, and then end your condition. Uh, in order to avoid conflict, though my calculation is valid, if you want, you can keep it like this, or if you want, you can just convert these into string. But let's move ahead. I'll leave it as it is, apply, and OK. Now, sheet filter is here now. I have 0 and 1. I'll convert this into discrete so that as soon as I drag it into filter portion, it should not show me or behave like as a continuous numbers. Now I want to show all values in filters. So whether it is 0 or 1, it will appear. So in this case, because I have a cross table, it shows 0, right? However, the condition which I used, like if it is trend, then show 1, else 0. So that's why it is showing 0 right now. Let me cancel it for a moment. I'll select trend. We'll drag this field again over here, all values, and I'll select one, which means as, okay, I'm sorry, I just did it wrong. Let's go to trend and I'll show that parameter once again here on the parameter control on the trend sheet. If I've selected trend, I would like to select sheet filter as one, right? Which means whenever there would be trend over here in this parameter, this sheet will be visible. Why? Because I have one selected in this particular filter. Whereas in this scenario, if I go to the other sheet over here, because it has trend, and if I drag this filter, right, you will still get one over here, right? But I don't want that to happen. So for that, what we will do, we'll select cross table. And in this scenario, we will get 0 over here, right? Now, what would happen as in behavior, as soon as the cross table is selected into this parameter, you will get 0, and only for 0 you will get this cross table. As soon as I select trend, the value for this filter converted into 1. Now this sheet will not appear. You will be able to see only this sheet, right? So by using parameter, we are able to control our view, right? But till now, these are two different sheets. For users, I need to pull these both sheets into this dashboard. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll drag, first of all, I'll pull a container. So we have two containers over here, horizontal and vertical. I would prefer horizontal container right now. It is on full screen. Well, I'll prefer to pull this sheet, first of all, sales, right? As soon as I did that, I have a parameter over here. And in this parameter, if you see, if I'm changing it to cross table, I don't see anything. If I'm changing to trend, I do see something, right? So far, because it is in tiled format, the sheet has occupied the complete area in the container. For a moment, I'll make this parameter as floating. And then you would see some changes, right? Some of the formatting what we have done, we might need to remove that as we go ahead, but let's see. For now, I'll just drag this another sheet also in this particular container. And so this moment you'll see if it is trend, you are able to see trend. And but if you select cross table, right, the cross table is here, but trend is not there, but still there is some white space, which we would like to reduce or remove or eliminate from our view, right? How can we do that? Now, the problem is like whenever there is a selection done for a particular sheet and that sheet is not visible, we still have the title visible over here, right? So better would be if we hide this title. So let's hide this title. And what happened as soon as we did that? Right? Let's look at this visualization right now. I have only one sheet here. I can see cross table. If I select trend, I do see trend, but it's still my cross table's title is there. So for that, what I'll do, I will hide this title also. And I just did that. Now, if you see, I have cross table. If you see, I have trend. But what I would like to see this maybe title properly, right? You can automate that using another sheet or maybe any object wherein you can apply parameters, right? So that is possible. For example, if I go here and I say edit title, over here, I will say sales summary. I will use hyphen and will insert this particular parameter, right? Now, if you see, if there is a trend selected into this parameter, it shows sales summary trend. If I select cross table, it shows sales summary cross table. Now, still, I'm not very comfortable with this view here. What I'll do, I will go ahead and select my container first of all, which is this horizontal container, and we may convert this into floating manner so that we can format it in a better way. Because right now my parameter kind of gets hidden sometimes and I'm not able to see it properly. So what we will do either, yep, here we go. I think this is better for now for our use case, right? We are able to put two sheets into this container, and for end users, I'm able to control the view using this parameter. You still can do a little bit of formatting if you wish to make your visualization look good, of course. So we can do it like this. This is your parameter. For the title, you can change the color if you wish. Format title. And the default color for dashboard, I don't want to change that. I'll simply change the color for my title. Maybe this, right? We got it exactly what we wanted to do. Now users can see your trend or cross table depending on the selection over here. Now, let me just tell you the better use of this thing. Uh, the dashboards, though we have only two sheets right now here, but in case you have multiple visualization or data view objects on your page, in that case, you can use this feature of sheet selection or sheet selector because you need to play a lot with the real estate on your dashboard. If you have number of dashboards, you can put number of reports in your dashboard. You can club most of those reports into this parameter so that users can see whatever they want. They can eliminate or they can hide unnecessary elements from the page, right? So this is how we saw that how we implemented multiple sheets into one container. We used horizontal container here, and we gave user a flexibility so that they can select a particular sheet what they want to see or look at, right? So for this session, this was all. Please go ahead and like our session. Please go ahead and like our video, provide your comments, and wait for the next video from Data Miners Hub. Thank you so much.